Pillar number 3 is a new paradigm in the business and marketing world. It is a new model that comes from unity consciousness, 5D, a new earth, whatever you want to call it, and we apply it in the 3D world. Well, yes, using the strategies and the marketing techniques that work, but that were coming from a different place. Because I have to be really honest, this pillar was my least favorite, let's say, because pillar number 1, I've been on a very long personal growth journey for a very long time. And pillar number 2, as I've mentioned, I've been a psychotherapist for over 13 years. So I get to feel and sense into what is my way of really helping others. But pillar number 3, and building and growing and scaling a business online, being on social media, marketing, these topics were my least favorite topics. And as an introvert and an empath, and overcoming shyness and a lot of internal blocks around selling, I had a very, very hard time with this pillar. And I spent so many thousands of dollars to learn from the very best business coaches and business mentors and top names in the field, that everyone had a little bit of a different strategy, and a lot of them worked to a certain point, but there was always a cap to how much money I was able to make, to how many clients I was able to attract, and to how I wanted to be showing up online and on social media. I would follow their formulas and what they said I need to be doing, but I would feel burned out and overwhelmed, and I would take a break because I couldn't do it anymore. Even when I hired a VA to support me, I still felt overwhelmed and burned out. So I saw the gaps and I saw the need for a new paradigm in the business model, especially for coaches and healers who are here and are so heart based and purpose driven in helping others. Because let's be honest, we are not marketers. What comes naturally to us is to help others, not to necessarily market ourselves. And so, as I did with all the other pillars, I developed a new model for doing business from unity consciousness into this world. The beautiful thing about this business model is that it is done for you to the point where you don't even need to figure out any of the technologies or the social media or the algorithms or what to post or when to post or how to create your content calendar or launching or funnels and sales funnels and automation and email marketing and lead magnets and help it get into a warm audience and how to do DM strategies and funnels with quizzes and video series and strategy sessions and run challenges and collaborate with other coaches and on and on and on. I have so much to share. So check out this next video where I will share with you all these different things. But before we wrap up this video, let me share with you what some of my clients were struggling with, because perhaps you might relate. Let's call him Sergio. So he had taken some really, really big business coaching programs, and he had paid about $20,000 to be part of those. And on top of that, he was paying about $2,000 a month to be part of this mastermind that was supposedly going to help him get more clients. And when he got to me at that point, his credit cards were completely maxed out. He was in a complete panic state. And mind you, he was consistently doing everything that these business coaching programs were telling him to do. He was posting on social media. He had a pretty large following actually on social media. He was doing all the sales calls and the discovery calls. He was doing everything right according to those business coaching programs. But he wasn't converting any clients. Or maybe he had some months that he would get a couple clients, but then there were months where he wouldn't convert anybody. And he would really, really beat himself up. He wanted to quit, completely quit. And actually, there were a few times that he got close to quitting. But for whatever reason, he says, he kept coming back to this, knowing that on some level he was meant to be doing this. And perhaps you can relate to that. But he was like, maybe I'm just not cut out for this. Maybe there's just something wrong with me because this mastermind is telling me to do these things. Everybody else in my mastermind is getting huge success and is converting many clients, and they're making thousands of dollars each month. There must be something wrong with me that this doesn't work. The shame that he was struggling with because he would put himself out there and he would put his offer out there and it would be like crickets. Nobody would buy from him. And I don't know if you can relate, where you make a post and you put yourself out there and you say, I have these services to offer, and then nobody buys. And then you just want to hide from the world and be like, I'm so embarrassed. He had put so much money and time into his business. He felt he had exhausted all possible ways. And it was becoming this very expensive hobby. His business felt like an expensive hobby. And he was on the verge of actually going back to a part-time job. His example actually is not unique. I've had a few clients that are struggling with the same thing. What I hear a lot is people are just overwhelmed. Social media experts and marketers are telling them, you should build a website. You should pick one platform and optimize it and do more of Instagram and Reels. You got to do more Reels because that's what's working right now. And you got to use your stories and do stories specifically to convert your clients. And then for a Facebook strategy, you got to go into these Facebook groups and you got to start a podcast or a YouTube channel or a blog. Or no, you got to start with your email list. That's the primary thing you got to do. And you need to build a webinar and a landing page and the perfect script to actually pitch and convert clients. And you got to understand the funnels and the client journey and the bonus and create your offer and the upsells and the bonuses and create a course. You got to create a course and a membership community. And they just want to pull their hair out and be like, this is not what I signed up for. I just want to help the world. So if you're feeling any of that, and if you relate to any of that, I just want you to know, first of all, I've been there. 1,000%. I've been there. And you are in really good company. And it is the reason why I created the whole business method. It's a new model of doing business and is what Sergio got to learn and all of my coaches got to learn and what has completely transformed their businesses and what has allowed them to focus more on creating transformations for others and for themselves and enjoying life and having a nice balance between work and personal life and not have to figure out all these different things around business and around what everybody tells you that you need to be doing. So there is a new model in getting clients, and it's not the law of attraction or anything woo-woo or out there. It is actually practical steps and let's say 3D steps that you can follow and that are done for you, that you can just plug and play, and that I'm excited to share with you in the next video. So to wrap this up, make sure you fill out the form below because that's how we can personalize this discussion and help you specifically with where you're at and jump straight into the next video. I will see you there.